Okay, it's late, so I don't have time to set up lights and everything, and I gotta be quiet. But I watched Death Screams from 1982. I recently picked up this Arrow Blu-ray, and I didn't think I had seen this before, but parts of it seemed really familiar, so who knows. It's also known as House of Death, a charming little low-budget regional slasher movie shot in North Carolina. The two places it lists on IMDb as shooting locations are, I think, Shelby, North Carolina, and Lake Lure, which was one of the places that got hit pretty hard by the flooding. Really terrible situation there. I was surprised to learn that this movie was directed by David Nelson from The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet. I think I'll have to watch this again to latch on to all the details of the plot, but basically a group of teenagers go to a carnival and then decide to go spend the night at the river and party or whatnot, and unbeknownst to them, there's a killer on the loose. There were really only a couple of characters that stood out to me in the group, but there were some other characters in other parts of the movie that stood out a little more. It's got a lot of local charm and colorful characters. One of the girls had this wise southern grandmother, and there's the southern sheriff whose son was in some kind of accident that left him with brain damage. They spend quite a bit of time at the carnival, and having spent time at local carnivals around that time period, it really did take me back. I thought it captured that atmosphere really well. And also the music for the time period. It had that low budget studio sound with real instruments. It had some memorable death scenes, at least 3, and maybe like a couple more that were actually pretty good. One of them I found particularly entertaining that involved a merry-go-round or carousel that for some reason wasn't really near the rest of the carnival, and it's kind of empty. And then it also has a cemetery scene with, I don't know if it was a real cemetery, but it has a cemetery scene with one of them telling a scary story, like a urban legend, which you've probably heard before, the one with the like the woman that's in the dark in bed, and she reaches down to see if her dog's still there, and it licks her hand to reassure her. I remember hearing about that one in like elementary school, so that kind of added to the nostalgia. I did guess who the killer was, sort of. When they did the reveal, I kind of was like, who is that? Because I'm not very good at remembering faces. I don't know if that was it, but also when they gave the motive, I was kind of confused. Like it seemed to come out of nowhere, but maybe it's just because I wasn't, paying close enough attention to the rest of the movie. But I didn't quite get it, and I felt like I missed something. But there was a making of featurette on the Blu-ray that was pretty good and explained it a little better. And there's also a couple of commentaries, so hopefully I'll be able to listen to those at some point. But all in all, I really liked this one. I can see how it wouldn't be for everybody. The print's a little rough. I mean, it looks pretty good to me, but it's a little dark in places, so it's kind of hard to see what's going on. But I got a lot of enjoyment out of it. Anyway, until next time, keep on creeping on. Yeah, cheers. Thanks a lot.